What if I told you this entire Anthropologie-inspired Halloween collection costs less than $15 to create, using mostly Dollar Tree supplies and one old wreath that was headed for Goodwill? Today, I'm creating 7 designer-inspired pieces that will cost over $560 to buy. I'll show you the finishes and design elements that give these pieces that elevated look and how small changes can completely transform everyday materials. If you're new here, I'm Sandy, and I love turning Dollar Tree and thrift store finds into beautiful, budget-friendly decor while sharing lots of ideas along the way. Now grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's dive in. When I first saw these skeleton hand votive holders from Anthropologie, I couldn't help but think they were the perfect mix of spooky and elegant. That's one thing I always notice about Anthropologie. Their finishes have a way of elevating even Halloween decor. But at $48, I knew we could recreate the look for a whole lot less. Dollar Tree carries these skeleton tongs every Halloween in black, white, and gray, and I happen to have a pair in my stash. I've actually transformed them before into Pottery Barn-inspired tapered candle holders, but this time I wanted to see if we could capture that aged brass Anthropologie look instead. The first thing I needed to do was shorten the handles since the tongs were a little taller than my inspiration piece. I took them outside and used the mini table saw I shared with you last week to trim off the extra length. One thing that surprised me is that it cuts plastic really well too. Next came a lesson I learned the hard way. I originally primed the pieces first with Zinsser primer, but if I were making these again, I'd actually wait until after the next step. To get the hand in that holding position, I gently heated the wrist with my heat gun and slowly bent it backwards. My first attempt off camera, of course, cracked because I rushed a little. Thankfully, a little E6000 fixed it, and on the second one, I just took my time and bent the wrist more gradually. For the base, I used a candle lid on one holder and a pickle jar lid on the other because they reminded me of the bases on the Anthropologie version. I gave everything a coat of hammered gold spray paint, but I wasn't loving the color. I just didn't have that warm, aged brass look I was after. So I brought out my metallic gold acrylic paint and started pouncing it on with a brush, building it up a few layers at a time. That gave me much more depth than spray paint alone. To age the finish, and once everything was dry, I mixed a little black acrylic paint with water, brushed it over the surface, then wiped most of it back with a paper towel. If it was too heavy, I would just wet the paper towel. That little bit of black settles into the details and instantly gives the finish more character. Finally, I attached the hand to the bases using E6000 along with the hot glue to hold everything in place while the adhesive cured. Since the hot glue was visible around the seam, I embraced it and treated it like a welded joint, dabbing on more metallic gold paint with a cotton swab until everything blended together. I just love how these turned out. A pair of these from Anthropologie would cost $96, but you can make your own for just $1.50. So when I spotted this spider pot from Anthropologie, I love how simple it was. The design isn't complicated, but that stone-like finish gives it so much character. Since I already had a terracotta pot in my stash and Dollar Tree carries the spider rings every Halloween, I knew we could create a similar look for just pennies. The first thing I did was trim off the ring portion of each spider. I used my tin snips, but scissors work fine too. Then using hot glue, I attached them randomly around the pot. If you're planning on using yours outdoors, I'd recommend adding a little E6000 along with the hot glue for some more weather-resistant hold. Once everything was attached, it was time for the finish. I mixed a little water and baking soda into some gray chalk paint and brushed it over the entire pot. Be sure to work the paint into all the little spider legs and crevices. For the second coat, I added a little black paint to the gray paint to create more depth. I wasn't looking for perfect coverage this time. Leaving a little variation helps the finish look more like aged stone. While the paint was still slightly damp, I dusted the entire pot with a little flour using a tea strainer. This is the same technique I used last Halloween to create that soft, chalky cast. It's one of my favorite ways to mimic weathered stone. After letting everything dry for a couple of hours, I brushed away any loose flour with a dry paintbrush, then sealing everything with a matte Rust-Oleum sealer. I love how versatile this piece is. You can make them different sizes and use them for plants, fill it with candy, or even use it to hold napkins and utensils for a party. I think this piece has the same moody, designer-inspired feel as the inspiration, but super easy and inexpensive to make. This next project isn't really a dupe. It was simply inspired by Anthropologie's Black Halloween wreath. When I saw it, it made me think of an old fall wreath I had hanging in my garage, which had definitely seen better days. The colors were faded, it looked tired, and I was ready to give it to Goodwill. But then I thought, what if I gave it a coat of paint? The Anthropologie version is beautiful, but at around $138, I knew I could create a similar feeling by reimagining what I already had. So I took my old wreath outside, gave it a few coats of black, flat spray paint, making sure to get in all the branches and little details, and as soon as it dried, it was like a new piece and now ready for Halloween. I could easily add pumpkins, a ghost, or some ribbon to dress it up, but I really love the simplicity of it. When I'm ready to put out my decorations, I may add some fairy lights. But the best part, this project was basically free because I already had the wreath and the spray paint. Maybe you have an old piece tucked away that just needs a refresh. Sometimes a small change is all it takes to give something a whole new look. This next DIY was inspired by another one of Anthropologie's brass skeleton hand pieces. What I love about this collection is the finish. It takes something you wouldn't normally think of as Halloween decor and makes it feel elevated. And this piece is so versatile. Besides holding a bottle, I could see it holding a vase, a hand soap dispenser, or even a tall hurricane lamp with a candle. To make my version, I picked up 2 of Dollar Tree's skeleton hand yardsticks. The first thing I needed to do was shorten them because they were designed to stick in the ground. I cut the plastic with a knife and then finished trimming it with my tin snips, which gave me a clean cut without sacrificing a good pair of scissors. Since these are made from slick plastic, I started with a coat of Zinsser primer to help the paint adhere. It dries quickly and 1 can goes a long way, so it's a great product to have on hand for projects like this. I also tried using hammered gold spray paint on the hands and the candle lid base, hoping it would give me the brass finish I was looking for, but just like the votive holders, it still quite wasn't what I wanted. So I went back to the same technique we used earlier and pounced on metallic gold acrylic paint over the top in a few layers. Once I had the depth I wanted, I added watered down black wash and I wiped it back with a paper towel to bring out all the details. After everything dried, I attached the hand to the candle lid using E6000 and a little hot glue to hold everything in place while it cured. Then I went back over with the gold metallic paint a little more, blended in the finish to make it look like it was part of the piece. I love how this one turned out because it can be styled so many different ways. Whether it's holding a bottle for a Halloween party, a vase with fall stems, or a candle on a table, it's a fun piece to decorate with. And for $3, you get the designer-inspired look without that $98 price tag. Next DIY is probably the easiest one in today's collection, and it's creepy in a fun way. So when I saw Anthropologie's skull planter, the first thing I noticed was the hair. It almost looks like moss mixed with worms or maggots, and that detail makes the piece. I already had one of Dollar Tree's plastic skull drink cups in my stash from another project. Since I had already primed it previously, all I needed to do was give it a coat of black paint. I had also found this greenery at Dollar Tree. The shape of the vines reminded me of the inspiration piece, and I knew I could cut them apart to make them go even further. Once the paint was dry, I started hot gluing the moss around the opening of the skull, and then adding and layering the stems until I had that overgrown look. One stem actually gives you quite a bit because you can cut each section into smaller pieces and tuck them in wherever you need a little more fullness. Just like that, it was done. The Anthropologie planner sells for about $88, and that doesn't even include the plant. My version came in at around $1.75 since I already had the skull. I also think this would look great grouped together using different size skulls on risers or down the center of a Halloween table. It's one of those projects that's simple to make but still makes a big statement. This piece isn't a dupe, but it's inspired by Anthropologie, and if Dollar Tree puts out more Halloween inventory later in the season, I may find something even closer to the original and redo it. But for now, I thought this spider candy dish was a good starting point. And once again, I started with a coat of Zinsser primer and hammered gold spray paint, hoping maybe this time it would give me the brass finish I was after. But like the other pieces, it still wasn't right. So I went back to the layered brass technique we used earlier with the gold metallic paint and black wash. To me, it's the best way to get that aged brass look. And if you're going to put this outside, don't forget to give it a coat of matte sealer. Now I know I started out wanting this piece as a plant stand, but I couldn't help notice that it holds my 3-wick candle perfectly. And for $1.50, it's another fun way to bring that designer-inspired look into your home without spending $44. Next DIY, I could not resist the adorable ghost bat and pumpkin cloches from Anthropologie. They add the perfect touch of whimsy, especially if you like subtle Halloween decor. But at $34 a pop, we can do way better. So I headed to Dollar Tree to pick up their stemless wine glasses and paired their candles with the wooden lids, which gives you the same cloche silhouette. When I got home, I raided my stash and found a few little plastic Halloween pieces that could work for the top of the cloche. I ended up opting for one of the ghosts and skulls. With a dab of glue, I attached each one onto the glass. And I'm using hot glue so I can easily pop these off at the end of the season and reuse the glasses for Christmas or fall decor. But if you're gifting them, go with these 6,000 for a permanent hold. And just like that, you'll have high-end designer cloches for just $3 each. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Saturday.